Greetings from Ogden, Utah. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. It is 4:55 p.m. Mountain Time and a hazy 79 degrees Fahrenheit. We're here at the intersection of 26th Street and Washington Boulevard. If I peek around this corner right here, you can see some of the hazy mountains in the background. We're going to do a little walk around Ogden today, primarily like the downtown portion, and what I wanted to focus on, or try to focus on, is passing by as many of the Pioneer Day horses as possible. I had seen these a few years ago, and then it was like a really hot day when I was trying to do, I did capture it on video at one point, but I wanted to do a more thorough video at a later date, and like for the past, I want to say past, like I saw them return to Ogden about two months ago when Pioneer Days was about to start, but before that they had disappeared, and I didn't realize, I guess these are rotating exhibits, meaning they don't have them up year round, so they must put them away for like the winter time and bring them back out when Pioneer Days is going to happen. Pioneer Days is already passed by, but that's when the tradition started. This is an example of one of them. Trying to see if there's a count online. There's supposed to be more than 60 of these life-size fiberglass horses, and they usually represent various things either pertaining to the Ogden, Salt Lake, nearby, or Utah area, or just things in general that are of interest. This one is just various sports, athletes, and looks like the arches for the national park. You can see if we kept going down this side of Washington, you've got the Angry Goat Pub and Kitchen. For walking purposes, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cross to go to the other side of Washington Boulevard. I think I timed this up nicely, so I shouldn't have to wait here too long. Oh, got a car making a... I gotta rewatch the video and see where they originate from. Like, I saw the car, but I don't quite know how they got in that position right there. I think this is relatively new, but I could be mistaken on that, where they've installed a dedicated bike lane on 26th Street once you pass Washington, because it's still in the street there, but this one's actually one of the protected bike lanes, so that's nice that they have that in addition to the bike lane that's on Grant. Now there may be some horses that we miss along this route. Like, I don't know if there's any obscure ones that are far down there, but we'll do our best to capture what we can. And also, we may not see what's on both sides of the horses. It does say Ogden there, because there are designs on both ends. I don't know if this is related to Old Town Sheriff. I do see number 52 there. I wonder if all the horses have markings on them for numbers. See some food vendors here. This one was selling tacos. It says 2 tacos, 2 for $1.50. Really? Is that the price? That's pretty cheap. Now, this is a nice park, but one thing you do have to be aware of is there are a decent amount of homeless population that linger in the park if you're visiting the area. On the left here is the Municipal building. See them watering the plants right now, taking care of the grounds. That building across the street there says Old Courthouse on it, and there's also another Harp and Hound bar. Over there it says Ogden Regional Center, the Bigelow Residences. It looks like they're wrapping up shop here. Yeah, the landscaping here is very nice. If you've seen my videos before that show at Christmas time the cottages and all the people that are looking at the Christmas cottages and the decorations, those cottages take place at this park, including like on the sidewalks that we're passing by right now. Let's dip into the Municipal Gardens area for a second to check out the memorial here. Americans Fallen Firefighter Memorial. Also have a monument to the right of Captain James Brown. And then names that are organized by a bunch of states. I think over there is also, it says Ogden City Police Fallen Officers. See the bus stop, several buses go here. One goes to downtown Salt Lake City, the 470. You got the 604, 612, 674, and 675. Those last two might be, I'm just wondering if they're auxiliary services, because it said, had the word ski on them. Another horse, sort of a silhouette of biker, canoe, hiker. See, and that one says number 2 on it, so there's probably not an order to these per se, but you can see the sign up there advertising the First Friday Art Stroll, 6 to 9 p.m. on Fridays. Here's one of the newer artwork pieces that was installed about a year or so ago. And that's the corner, has information, drinks, snacks, and gifts. It's open right now, but I'm not sure the entirety of when it's open. Because most times when I come by, it seems like it's closed, although usually I come by in the evening. Alright, so now we're at the intersection of 25th and Washington. 25th known as historic 25th Street. We will be walking down that way eventually, because there's a lot of horses on 25th Street. We're going to cross Washington again to go look at the horse on that side of the street, and we'll pop up to the Dumke Arts Plaza for a second before continuing on Washington. The sign on this window that says 2-Bit Bistro coming soon, classic recipes. A familiar name in an iconic location. Now let's detour up the hill here. I did a separate video featuring this plaza and artwork a couple months ago. I assume the artwork is still up. Yes, it is. So at various points they rotate the art exhibits here. And this is the current one being featured. At the time when I did it, I knew the exact name of the artwork feature, but I'll try to include a link to my previous video, just all the nice colors and gradients, and they had the main artist that was here when they installed it, as well as volunteers that were contributing to it. Yeah, whenever this artwork piece is done, they may have something else, like on the ground there they may have various sculptures that are installed for a certain period of time. For my Cleveland viewers, I likened that area to the Eastman Reading Garden in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, how they once or more a year typically will have their own rotating art exhibit. Oh, so far I'm making good timing on these traffic lights. I've done several videos, or a handful of videos, on Ogden in the past, but a lot of times I miss little things like this, so I want to point them out. Peter Skeen Ogden, fur trader, trapper, explorer, diplomat, and patriarch. And then over here, this horse is showcasing Weber State University. I did a video tour on Weber State University as well. Someone stuck their, I don't want to give them advertisement, someone stuck their sticker on the horse. This is also somewhat of a new renovation to Washington, where they installed these more dedicated bus stations. Across the street there you can see the Ogden Eccles Conference Center, and then Puri's Egyptian Theater. Then how about this? The Alien outside of Alien Legacy. Welcome, aliens. I think that's a cool picture right there. Just showing the alien. The truth is coming. So if you're into alien or UFO stuff, that must be something you can check out for entertainment. Some of these places are a bit abandoned, but some are still in business. You can see also construction, like this fenced off area. Unfortunately, I do not have a wide range of historical knowledge on the buildings down here, so I can't give insight right now, like, oh yeah, this building was this and they're rehabbing it or turning into this. So more of what you see is what you get. let's keep with the flow of traffic. On our right side here, you have the Weber Center. Some statues of skiers. Flight and Freedom. And then this is sort of like a mechanical looking horse. Drives me nuts that someone put a sticker on that horse too. It's like don't deface these artwork pieces. Part of the reason I'm walking down so long this way, even though there's not a long string of horses, is I've never showed this on video down this part of Washington. So I'm sort of curious myself, because even though I've driven by, I've never taken the time to see up close what type of stores are here. So I'm going to capture that, a few of those horses that are here and there, and then we'll start going in more inward to downtown, where the concentration of horses is a bit heavier. We've got Holmes Clothing here. What did I miss over here? Oh, that's also part of Holmes Clothing, the missionary store. So I guess they're catering to the missionaries. Ogden Barber Company. Olive and Dahlia. Looks like some nice yard decorations. Florals, garden style decor from season to season. Oh, that'd be cool too, to go inside there sometime, because they could probably have a few unique like Halloween decorations as well. What do we have here? Recreation outlet, never undersold. So it looks like some kayaks and other recreational things. Then you have a downtown Weber State Wildcat store. Computer sales, service classes, cafe. So there's also a cafe in here in addition to I guess the Daily Rise Coffee and Crepes is the cafe. Zion's Bank as we approach 23rd Street. This horse looks just like kind of like a marble horse. Not a particular design on it per se. I'm not sure if the horses extend up to 22nd Street or not. I might just check out this horse right here and then cross over to the other side of the street. Yep. Ban that damn sticker. But the showcasing unique automobiles, classics probably. So now let's get ready to cross Washington Boulevard along 23rd Street. This light we did not time up. But just as I'm looking in the distance, from the naked eye, I don't see any. Oh, I do see one horse actually on the next block. That's all right. We can. If we end up down there later, that's okay. But I'm not going to walk down there just for that at the moment, because I feel like with the path I'm going to take, I'll get like 90% of the horses that are on display. Here's a Coca-Cola horse. There, I'll stop harping on it, but it's that damn sticker. Like, can I get rid of this thing? Oh, damn it. I don't want to do it because it's going to leave that white mark that stickers leave. Oh well. So this area here is called the Junction. Got the Hilton Garden Inn. Then this horse you can see is featuring the rodeo. R&O Construction advertising horse-drawn carriage. In the background there, you've got EOS Fitness, indoor skydiving. I believe over there is also a rock climbing gym, and there's a monument over there related to rock climbing as well. So I guess I am walking up to what I assume is 22nd Street after all. Just because I could see a higher concentration of horses down this way too, so I didn't want to miss out on those. And I get to briefly showcase the side of the Ogden Temple. So I'm not sure what this intermediate street is called, because the next one is the one that is 22nd. Ogden Weber Technical College. See, if you come to Ogden at the right time of the year, like summer months, and you know these horses are out and you're with someone and maybe just want to see the downtown area a little bit, you know, that's the reason I'm trying to showcase this, is because this is a, you know, nice artwork thing to do as you're walking around downtown. And there are other artwork pieces as well throughout the city. If we pass by them, I'll try to point them out. Here's the next horse. Got an arrangement of flowers and palm tree scene. And there's the Ogden Temple I was referring to earlier. Now this is just, again, the side view. You get better views that I've showed in the past if you're on Washington, like around that area, or on Grant Avenue going that way. This looks like an industrial feel to it. Is this like more stickers that people put on it? Or is that the actual artist? I swear there's like way more stickers. Oh, and see, that is part of it. I should be showing both sides of some of these horses, because you can see there's another nice design on this side. It's not just a symmetrical horse. So I'll try to do that as I keep going along. This is the Elizabeth Stewart Treehouse Museum. There's a treehouse play patio and stem garden there. Treehouse will be closed September 2nd through 30th for our annual deep cleaning. Don't go here right now. Don't go here in the month of September. Sounds like they annually close to clean it. There's a standing horse. I assume these are lit up in the evening time. Looks like there's a laser tag place over there at Skinny Dogs Arcade, Bowling, Food and Fun. Yeah, it is arcade. I never knew it was. I mean, I feel like I've seen the sign before, and maybe I did remember arcade, but maybe they just weren't open when I was coming by. No wonder there's so many cars parked along here. That's one thing I'll say about Ogden when I've been here before. If you're looking for a ton of foot traffic outside, I wouldn't expect to see it on a regular basis unless you're here like during the farmer's market or other dedicated event. But there's a lot of places where people just park and they're here downtown and they're doing stuff. You just don't see it on the outside. But it is there is a crowd worth of people. And that includes 25th Street. I always like to make that point. Here's one of those rock climbing statues that I was pointing out earlier. You got the guy helping the rope for the climber up top. So, up there is the Megaplex 13 movie theater. So not an AMC or a Cinemark. But if you're downtown Ogden, you want to see a show or movie, you can check that out. There's the Ogden Trolley, the 601. I've never taken the Ogden Trolley, but it's free to ride, and Probably takes you, I assume, to the train station and a little bit throughout downtown Ogden. That's another thing to keep in mind if you're here during the weekdays. This is inside the theater. I assume based on that sign that there's a Pizza Hut inside there. And then across the way there's a Sonoro grill, a Five Guys. Let me cross over to that side because just a nice little courtyard, outdoor dining area. There's also Biscuit and Hogs. Thai food. Wings. Wing nuts. Thought there'd be a couple horses along this path that I'm taking, but I guess not. Teamy, Boba, Therapeutics, Mind and Body, Honey and Lime. I'm just naming the locations that we're passing by. Honey and Lime actually seems like a clothing shop. Then you've got the Cupcake Shop and Bakery. That's neat. I didn't know there was a bakery over here. There's the fizz drinks. There is a place that I've talked up in a few other videos that I love, and I've been there probably like 10 times already. Sapori Italian Bakery and Cafe. It's right over there, if you imagine where I was pointing my finger. And then on that side of the street, there's a locally handcrafted art and gifts shop. And then if you just want your regular old Subway sandwich, you got that here. Brixton's baked potato. So that was Washington, and we're at 24th Street right now. So if I think I'm doing a fair job if I'm thinking back in my head on covering ground without having to circle back too much. Here's La Crepe OG and coffee. I was in here, well, definitely once, maybe twice. Not bad. It's nice to know that there's a crepe option. Studio 333 looks like an architecture place. There's Menchie's frozen yogurt. And then the gem, Sapori Italian Bakery. Always nice and busy, authentic, unique. They have good little pastas and pastries. And then the Union Grill. At Sapori's, I love getting, why does the name escape me? Penne Bolognese. Either Penne Bolognese, it's penne with sauce and some meat mixed in. And then I also enjoy their ravioli options. And then the desserts, they're all good, but I favor the white chocolate croissant. So now we're at 25th Street and Grant Avenue. Looks like it's also known as Martin Luther King Jr. Street. Here's the green bike system. One of several stations in downtown Ogden. They expanded there about, I want to say 2 years ago. after having a presence in downtown Salt Lake City. I know I've used it a couple times. I actually thought about using it today for this video, but then I ended up deciding to do the slower paced walk. But I'm not sure how many people actually utilize it. Here's Dirt Roads Couture. See advertising some fun little Halloween decorations. Bangkok Garden, Asian cuisine. Down this little alleyway you're going to have some murals. Origin Alley. And on the side of this building, another one of the murals, including the Ogden Arch over there. With the way I've been walking, don't think I'm going to be going to that far down. That's near the trail. But I've done some bike riding videos through Ogden in the past that showcase that. In fact, a few of my thumbnails include the Ogden Arch, the colorful horse. There used to also be, during the summertime at least, a few pianos that were decorated. Like, think of the decorations on the horses and translate it to the same thing, same concept with pianos. But I haven't seen those outdoors for a while. I know, can't remember which businesses, but I know when I have popped into at least like one or two of the businesses, I've seen the piano inside a business, so I assume those artwork pieces have been stashed inside. So now this is what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go, we're at 25th Street, I'm going to go back up to Washington, capture a couple of the horses they did, and then I'll cross and go over to that side of the park, go down 25th Street, and just keep working my way down. On the left here you have the James V. Hansen Federal Building. See, over there on the right side is an example of like where there's a couple of what I presume to be homeless people inside the park. So that's where I just have to be conscious about, okay, make sure I'm not pointing the camera toward that, because you never know how well anyone's going to react, but especially I think there's a higher probability of someone acting out of turn. I actually had an incident, I'll get to that story in a second. You have a statue here of a boy on stilts, and then also the horse featuring the wintertime mountain scenery. There is one horse down there by the parking garage, but I think that'll be one of the two horses so far that I'll just skip out on. Here's Weber Economic Development Corporation. So you can see they've got outer space, water, natives, and on the other, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you just saw that one side, you would think it was like purely related to that, but this side you've got like a basketball, football player, probably one of the national parks, graduating classes. Looks like a key bank presence here on the left. Sorry, I was busy looking at Google Maps. I forgot to pan toward this horse. Some roses and a cowboy. Or cowgirl, rather. Some of these electrical boxes throughout downtown Ogden also have nice little designs on them. The Ogden Archive. So this seems, I don't remember this, not saying it's not. Drop your creations in the mailbox to have them historically archived. Caution, heavy door. Be attentive to your surroundings when opening and closing. Well, I don't want to open it just in case like something flies out. Here's the money horse. I always get a kick out of seeing the money horse. Let me see if I can get a picture of the money horse from the other perspective when you've got like the backdrop of the trees. And this is an example, like I was talking about. I'm going to try to film this horse over here, but yeah, maybe I'll use my judgment and not. You can see the horse from back here. It's got the Gories. I think that's one of the Italian places, and a bunch of like pizza related designs. The story I was going to tell earlier was one of the times I did an evening video in Ogden, and it was near one of the parking lots close to 25th Street. I wasn't even filming some guy. I was just like walking through the parking lots, and some guy came up from the right, and it was like, I didn't understand him at first, so I stopped the video and then heard him. He was like, stop fucking following me and like filming. If I see you do that again, I'm gonna fucking knock you out or something like that. So there's a horse here with, looks like multicolored rocks, and there's some type of effect that's called, but I can't remember what it is. Here's another one of the statues with kids on a sleigh. So yeah, I mean, it didn't like bother me when that person said that. I just continued walking and minding my own business. But you do hear stories in Ogden, a higher presence, not so much in downtown, but on the outskirts of downtown, of some crime or violent activity going on. Here's the Mercantile Market and Eatery. They've opened a couple of months ago. We the People. They've got James Madison, Thomas Jefferson. Bear with me while I grab a selfie here. Always have to capture a few pictures just in case they make for the right thumbnail for the video. Also John Adams, who else? George Washington, and some French fries that the ants are enjoying. Those French fries actually look good. I kind of want to know which of these places they came from. We're passing right now is the Wise Guys Comedy Theater. You can also see an advertisement there for the Ogden's end of summer celebration, the Harvest Moon, on the third Saturday in September. In addition to the Saturday farmers markets that take place. Here's one of the murals that I always love seeing. Here's Rooster's Brewery and Eatery. And the Ogden trolley, almost as if it's following us. This is the Needlepoint joint. All the needlepoint work of fun little fruits and vegetables. And then there's some construction going on here. See Stella's Fine Italian Cuisine. Lucky Slice Pizza. I've gotten some pizza slices there before. I think I've been there about 3 times. Now we're at the intersection of 25th Street and Lincoln. There's Hearth on 25th, restaurant, lounge, and pantry, along with another green bike station. There's also No Frills Diner. I've been to the No Frills Diner once. Never to the Hearth on 25th restaurant. One thing about these horses too, to my understanding, when they put them up every year, I don't believe they put them in the same spot. So it kind of gives you a vibe. Let's say you only traverse 25th Street. You should get a nice little flavor of what's offered. table 25 with outdoor dining. See, this side of the street has a little bit more room, so that's nice that they have the outdoor dining option. Actually, in the parking lot area, like Rovali's has an outdoor dining area as well. There's Cold Stone Creamery in Ogden. Sorry, I know I'm like right on top of the buildings. But I was just saying, it's nice to see like the outdoor presence there, because as I was mentioning earlier, oftentimes when you're walking on 25th, you see the cars lined up in all the spots. You know people are inside the places, but you just don't get the feel like, oh, that it's busy. So having the outdoor dining like there, you know, gives you some of that feel. They have a few of these historic 25th Street signs and like newspaper style clippings throughout the blocks. So if you want to learn up on some of the history of 25th Street, you can check that out. Here's the Weber County Sheriff's Posse Search and Rescue horse, best in the West. There's a jeweler trying to get by the music. Don't want that playing too long. Lavender vinyl. We must have passed up the t-shirt shop, and I was looking on the right, because somewhere back there's like a vintage t-shirt shop. Well, not about vintage, but old style t-shirt shop. Here's Grounds for Coffee. Waffle Love, Campfire Sign and Design, Ambiance Audio Video. We got a saloon, Wanted Dead or Alive horse here. And on the corner, the custom framing place, that even though it says custom framing, they have often some nice little decorations and designs. Across the street is Union Station. Old active train station, or active back in the day. Now it's a museum. I believe there's 4 total museums inside there. I did go there the one year and show some footage on that. I believe that might have been 2019. But right at Union Station here, you have 2 of those horses on display. Unfortunately, the sun is out to a degree where it creates a little bit of a starburst effect. I like this one though, the various animals on it and nature. Interesting to see the fountain like somewhat springing because the last time I was by here on a hot day in summer, it was completely inactive. But I wonder if they ever do actually have it on. They have the sprinkler on. Let me pause the video for a second so we don't have to wait for the light. That's probably one of the longest stretches I've done of continuous video. I mean, most of my videos are fairly continuous, but I might stop for a second and then start it like 10 seconds later. That was like 55 minutes in a row before I took that brief pause in footage. I feel like I'm gonna butcher it because I've never known how to pronounce it, but Desiree or Deseret News. Those are my two guesses. So now let's walk down the opposite end of 25th Street. Looks like some chocolate place is coming soon there. And then Lighthouse Lounge, one of the many bars on this side of 25th Street. One of the things I like about this too is there's certain horses where I truly have never seen them before. Like this one, I mean, it'd be something if I went back and watched my video and had seen this, but to my knowledge, I've never seen that horse. And there's a few other ones that I don't remember seeing just because of, you know, where their placement was the last time I, a couple of years ago, did a video on these. Type Faux Kitchen. See, I mean, the guy may be harmless, but he was like walking with a big stick in his hand, so that's why I was like walking near the sidewalk. Here's Rovali's Restaurant Italiano. I've been here about 5 times, and a few of the times I've gotten their lasagna. The first several times lasagna was, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna discount it. The lasagna was good. I enjoyed it, so I kept getting it. But then the very last time I went in there a couple months ago, it just tasted awful. So everyone gets a pass, I guess, but it just cooled me to it for a moment. You can see again here the example of a history with legends. Historic 25th Street. As we'll get ready to cross here. Looks like another horse promoting maybe the rodeo theme. Tattoo and piercing shop down below. And you got a sushi bar and grill. Club there. La Ferrovia Italian restaurant. I've never eaten at that one yet. I don't think they have a lasagna option, but that doesn't excuse it. I should try it one time. You know, I'm sure there's some Italian dish on there that I would enjoy. On the left here, you've got brewskis. Jojo Bowls and Boba. Another one of those mini statues. His little ice cream cone dropped. That's sad. Warren's Craft Burger. Jack and Jill's, that's sort of like an adult novelty shop. And then the City Club, which has a very cool Beatles theme. If you ever go inside there, you got Gallery 25, Art Gallery, the Queen Bee, looks like books and cafe. Great Harvest Bread Company. I think those two stores are kind of like adjoined together as far as the interior. And then a dinosaur horse, the Ogden's, George's, Eccles Dinosaur Park, which I have been to that dinosaur park once, which is pretty cool. And now we are back. Well, I never realized, look at all the cameras, security cameras they have up there, at least 2 or 3 of them it looks like. Now we're back at Grant Avenue. So far I've done a good job, I think, covering all the... By the way, it looks like there's like a yoga thing going on in the park right now over there. So far I think I've done a pretty good job as we pass by Crafty Creations of covering all the horses that I can in a certain radius without overlapping. This is where it gets a little stickier as far as where to go. I'm parked in the lot to the left here, but I want to go a little bit further. I'll say this, I want to go over by the Ogden Raptors baseball stadium, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a horse outside of there. When I drove down Grant Avenue to park before this video, I did make a note that there were no horses on Grant going down that way, like by Farr's Ice Cream, the Temple. So that's why I wasn't going to walk that area. I may have hit like the full concentration of where they are, but I'll do at least a brief walk heading left up here on 24th Street, so that at least from a distance as I'm heading to the ballpark we can kind of see if my theory is correct. So far the theory is correct. I see nothing else on 24th. There is less of a concentration of businesses. I mean, you've got the Courtyard by Marriott there. up at the corner here, you do have the popular Slackwater Pizzeria that relocated here several years ago. Over there across the street, fine Mexican grill, Juan Pablo's. You can sort of see Lindquist Field beyond these buildings and the random motel that is over there. Yeah, but look at this jam-packed parking lot. I mean, some of that might be hotel parking, but Slackwater always seems busy and packed. You can see the people parking and walking to it right now. I'm sure these people are probably going to it as well, unless they're coming from it and exiting. Any horses down this way? Nope, don't see any. There's a True by Hilton and also a Home to Suites by Hilton. So this seems kind of exciting too. There might actually be a game going on tonight at Lindquist Field. I've always wanted to do a video when that's taking place to see a little more people out and about. One thing is you don't get really a view inside the park from the outside. Something that looks new and cool is this big Ogden Raptors inflatable dinosaur. Hasn't been here in the past. And then you've got Ogden I'm a Pepper Dr. Pepper horse. One horse that is missing, or I haven't come across, is the one that promotes Lindquist Field. I think the last time I did a video on the horses, the Ogden Raptors horse might have been outside the stadium, like where that Dr. Pepper one was. 2023 Pioneer League champions. Looks like an old style logo there, unless it is their current logo, but I thought the font was slightly different. It looks like the history of their names. So 1994 to present, Ogden Raptors. They used to be Ogden A's briefly, then the Ogden Spikers, Ogden Dodgers. It's interesting. I didn't know there were further names when you dig back in time. And inside the park, it looks like they have, like in 2014, Cody Bellinger played for the Ogden team. You got the Ogden Reds from 1939 to a scattered array of years. The Ogden Canners? They're really going back in time. The Ogden Gunners, 1900 to 1928. The Ogden Lobsters, 1900 to 1901. This is, if you buy a ticket to this game, you know, it looks like one of the things you can do is check out some of the Professional Baseball Wall of Fame. Jackie Robinson, number 42, did he actually play for Ogden at one point? And we are rewarded with another horse as we approach 23rd and Lincoln. Not sure what that building is over there, but has a pretty sizable parking lot presence. More silhouettes of horses. There's a sign up there that says Pie and Fry. Unfortunately, when I've been by this Plaza in the past, just driving, it feels like everything's abandoned in there. Could be wrong on that. You sort of get to see the foul pole over here. See, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you can see the facades are off there. They got the fences in the parking lot. It just looks all deserted. In fact, I'm gonna try to walk over to the other side of Grant after this car passes by. Well, where did you come from, a little doggy? Up ahead on Grant, if we make a right-hand turn, there is a restaurant that I ate at once, and they said if they have a thing during the year where their restaurant patio outside actually is like a patio where you can watch the whole game from there. So they said, I believe it's, I think it's $5 a person if you want to sit out there on a patio during one of the games. If I can see the business name up here on the right, I'll try to point that out. Oh yeah, Utah Brewery, I believe is the name of it, just down that way. And this is Grant, what I was talking about, one of the other streets with a dedicated bike lane, and also on the parking garage, which I believe these Junction parking garages are free. So that's another thing. You have a lot of people parking in these free parking garages, and that kind of hides like more traffic that actually is presence of people in the downtown Ogden area. But you have also several nice murals that are on these parking garages. There's 5 of them in total. And I think the only thing that I really didn't get to feature in the video is Far's ice cream, but I would have to walk several blocks to the right, to the left, meaning that way, in order to catch it. But trust me that it's there. Very popular ice cream place in downtown Ogden. And I would walk down there if for the fact that I haven't showed it in like 3 probably like 3 different videos before in Ogden, including one of my thumbnails of one of those videos. Yes, here's the place that has that patio I was referencing. Patio closed tonight for private event. Also a little artistic related shop here, apothecary. And if you walk down in this parking lot, you can actually capture somewhat of a view of the game or stuff going on. Yeah, so there's the patio there. I assume you can see through. Yeah, they don't have the banner advertising, so you can't see through, but you also get like sort of a peek down the right field line right here if you want to see the action. Alright, so that will do it for our tour in Ogden. I feel like I did miss a few horses. Like I said, I definitely didn't see the Ogden Raptors horse, but at least we got to see one of the games starting in action. I know this isn't a very scenic end to the video, staring at a parking garage, but maybe I'll walk to the corner as I'm signing off. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button. Subscribe to Poco Traveler if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. And we will see you next time. You also have the old post office building over here. It's called the old post office building, but I don't know if it's actually a post office or what it is now. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. There we go. I still got to include it a little bit. Far better ice cream.